So this part is really important too because we're not psychologists. So when we do decide to listen to people, you have to make sure that you're available for it. And you can do a self-check to make sure, okay, maybe this person in front of me needs to be listened to, but am I really available? Am I listening when I'm speaking with them, or am I thinking about what I'm going to answer? If I'm thinking about what I'm going to answer, I'm not really available for listening. And you have also to decide, does that person need a mirror right now? Or does he or she need a real discussion where I show up as a part of a relationship? In a relationship, you have two people. So I might be one of those people. And sometimes I may think the other person needs to be listened to when actually they need to talk with me about something. And when you're listening to someone, you can actually go between those two attitudes where you can listen to the other person as they speak, but then you come back and you can speak for yourself if you're in a discussion. It doesn't mean you stop listening. So when you know you're about to listen to someone, you can take a few slow breaths just to make sure that you're coming back to yourself and your space and you center yourself. And then you can become available for someone else. Listening to someone can only come from being centered in the line inside of ourselves. And sometimes, and that was something I was doing when I first started listening to people, when I became a volunteer, I started listening to everybody around me, my family, my friends. I was listening all the time, and I was kind of hiding myself in that relationship behind listening. But when you're on an airplane, they tell you if the cabin loses pressure, you're going to see a bunch of masks coming down from the ceiling. And then they explain to you, well, you grab the mask and you pull it firmly towards you. And then you put it on and they explain to you how you do that. But they always tell you, even though you have children with you or maybe people who might need your help, you always secure your own mask first. Because if you pass out and because you don't have your mask, you're not going to be able to help anyone else. So you make sure that you're safe first, and then you help others. So when you're listening, you make sure that you are in a place where you're not the one needing empathy. If you need oxygen yourself, you're not able to help other people. So being available means I'm looking inside. Am I in a good space right now? And if I'm not, well, maybe it's an emergency. Like I'm walking in town, I'm crossing a bridge, and I see someone who's about to jump. Maybe it doesn't matter too much how I'm feeling in the moment. Someone's life is at stake, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to talk to that person, right? But in everyday life, we're not in that kind of emergency. So if someone needs to be listened to and I find that I'm not available, well, I can make an appointment. I can tell the person, I'm not available right now emotionally, so I'm going to go and take care of myself. And maybe we can talk in a couple of hours or tomorrow. And then I'll be ready to listen to you. So a no doesn't mean there's no possibility.